Welcome back, beautiful souls, to Softening into Momentum. I'm Miki. We are 5 weeks into Season 3, and something is beginning to deepen. I feel it in my own practice, and I hear it in the messages from our community. The path is not just something we're learning about. It's something we're beginning to live. We've moved through right view, right intention, right speech, and right action. We've been doing interior work, clearing perception, orienting the heart, shifting our inner voice, building the pause. Now, we step into something that feels more external, more structural. But trust me, it's just as intimate. Right livelihood. How we earn, how we create, how we spend our hours, whether the life we're building actually supports the healing we're trying to do. This one might touch some things. Let's be gentle as we go in. In the Pali tradition, right livelihood was about earning a living in ways that do not cause harm to others. The Buddha specifically named 5 trades that were considered harmful: trading in weapons, living beings, meat, intoxicants, and poison. Now, most of us are not literally trading in any of those things, but the deeper inquiry of right livelihood is this: does your work, your daily life, your economic participation, your creative output align with your deepest values? Does it cause harm? Does it deplete you beyond what's sustainable? Does it feed something in the world that you actually believe in? And then there's the version of this question that I think is most urgent for people on a healing journey. Does your lifestyle support your nervous system? Because we can do all the meditation in the world, all the inner work, all the journaling and therapy and community, and if we return every day to an environment that is chronically dysregulating us, the work has a ceiling. Your environment matters. This is not a small thing. Chronic stress is one of the most reliable predictors of relapse across every kind of addiction and behavioral change. Not acute, occasional stress, that's unavoidable and even useful, but chronic, unrelenting, system-flooding stress. And the sources of that stress are not always obvious. Sometimes it's the job that's technically fine, but requires you to violate your values in small ways every single day. The relationship that keeps you walking on eggshells. The financial situation that means you never feel like you can breathe. The creative work that once felt alive and now just feels like a performing monkey. Right livelihood asks us to look at the whole picture of our daily life and ask, honestly, is this supporting my healing, or is it working against it? And then, this is important. It doesn't demand that we blow everything up immediately. That's not the teaching. The teaching is to see clearly and to begin to move, however slowly, toward greater alignment. Compassionate discipline. Not because we have to, because we care about what we're building. In my recovery, I had to look very honestly at some things that were technically fine, but were quietly working against me. The social environments I was staying in too long, out late at night in the clubs. The work I was taking on to prove my worth, overworking, overexerting myself, doing someone else's job. The financial stress I was managing by not managing it, by pretending it wasn't as bad as it was, that it wasn't there. None of these were dramatic. None of them were the problem, but they were all adding to a baseline level of dysregulation that just made everything harder. Right Livelihood gave me permission to look at those things and ask, is this necessary? Is this aligned? And if not, what's the smallest possible move towards something that is? Not a revolution, a revision, one small thing at a time. A softening into momentum regulation tool, the physiological sigh. This is one of the most powerful and underused regulation tool that we have, backed by significant neuroscience research. The physiological sigh is a double inhale through the nose, a full breath in, and then a short sniff at the top to fully inflate the lungs, followed by a long, complete exhale through the mouth. This extended exhale activates the parasympathetic nervous system more rapidly than almost any other voluntary act. Try it now. Inhale fully through the nose. Then sniff once more to top it off. Then exhale completely, slowly through the mouth. 2 more times. Notice what shifts. This is your pocket tool for any moment when the environment around you is dysregulating you. You can do it anywhere. No one has to know. The reflection for this week. Looking honestly at my daily life, my work, my relationships, my environment. What is quietly depleting me? And what is one boundary, one limit, one adjustment that I could make that would support my nervous system more? And now, beautiful soul, we will move into a short, guided practice, breath and boundaries. Find your seat. Take a moment to arrive, letting the weight of your body settle wherever you are comfortable. We'll begin with 3 rounds of the physiological sigh together. So on your next exhale, breathe everything out And then breathe in fully through the nose. And then one more sniff at the top. Exhale completely through the mouth. Take your time. Again, in fully. Sniff once more. Exhale completely. One more. Inhale, filling the lungs. Sniff. And exhale, long and slow. Notice what the body is doing. Notice what might have softened. Now, I want to invite you to bring to mind one place in your life where your energy is going out in a direction that doesn't feel aligned. One relationship, commitment, environment, or maybe a habit that is quietly costing you more than you've been willing to acknowledge. You don't need to name it out loud. Just feel into it. And now, imagine a limit, a boundary, a simple, clear, not dramatic, this much and no more. You're not burning anything down. You're just drawing a gentle line. See yourself holding that line. Not in a rigid way. Not with walls up. Just with clarity. With the kind of quiet dignity that we practiced in right action. How does that feel in your body? Is there fear, relief, some complicated mixture? Let it be complex. Real boundaries usually are. Now, drop a little deeper into the relief part, even if it's small, even if there is also fear. Feel the place in your body that recognizes this boundary as true, as right, as an act of care for yourself. This is Right Livelihood. It's not the big structural overhaul, though sometimes that's what's needed. But it's the daily act of choosing, in small ways, a life that actually supports who you are becoming. As we close our practice today with a few metta offerings, may my work align with my well-being. May I have the clarity to see what costs me. May I have the courage to ask for what I need. Take a full breath in through the nose and a complete exhale out as you slowly begin to notice the room around you, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. You are allowed to build a life that supports you. That's not selfishness. That is right livelihood. The compassion and release tools, including a guided boundary visualization and a worksheet for mapping where your energy is going, are all inside the Regulation Lounge in the Metta Momentum Sangha on School. If you're navigating a life that feels out of alignment, come be in community with others doing the same. We practice together, gently, without any pressure. Next week, right effort. And the most liberating thing the Buddha ever said about how hard we should be trying. Until then, one physiological sigh whenever you need it. Your body knows the way. The Softening into Momentum podcast is lovingly curated, created, written, edited, and produced by me, Miki Byrne, with accompanying sound bath frequencies by my good friend, Static. If you would like to dive further into his incredible musical work, please go to YouTube at Static is Noise. My book, Permission to Be, a memoir about sobriety, self-trust, and learning to come home to yourself, is out now in print, ebook format, as well as the intimate audiobook version available exclusively inside the school community. All links in the show notes. Thank you so much for softening into this moment with me. Until we meet again, Namaste.